Hello and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we are going to talk about fitness, why you should get fit, some ideas about how, and particularly a fitness business that's located in downtown Hampton, new and growing business. My guest is Susan Ottey. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I know. I have passed your place and I've seen the sign. I love the logo, Better Bodies, 757 with the
barbell.
Barbell, thank you. I'm running out of words already. And, you know, speaking of barbell, you do focus on strength training, especially with women. I have never heard of anyone around here who has that. Why is it important?
So, strength training, it's so important, especially amongst aging population, especially amongst women. You know, when we think about strength training, there's still this disconnect. People think about
bodybuilder, huge muscles, you know.
So women still think that it's going to make them bulky. And even when it comes down to athletes, when you have male coaches with young women, they think, oh, they shouldn't touch weights.
Really?
You'd be surprised.
Aren't we past that yet?
You would think that. But so now we have young women who are going off into Division I and college settings who are already disadvantaged compared to their male peers because they haven't lifted any weights. They haven't learned that form. So it's really important to, one, learn that form and to start strength training from a young age. And if you haven't done it before, to really incorporate it into your life. Starting with your core, it really is how you control your whole body. So if you're weak there, any other kind of ailment can come about. When you talk
You're talking to me. I'm so like I'm hiding in shame right now. Lower back problems, all those kinds of
knee
things.
problems. Usually, it all stems from a weak core, and that comes from strength training. And that's not always, you know, picking up a barbell, but even doing body weight strength training. It's so important for everyone to be doing these kind of workouts.
It's hard though, Susan. I just want a quick fix. Like, can I somehow, in 10 minutes a day, get fit? No. You're going to say no, not really.
Well, that depends on what your definition of fit is, but 10 minutes of working out is better than doing nothing. Right. And you can really accomplish a lot in 10 minutes. So if you did 10 minutes of straight core exercises and you did that consistently, then that would make a difference over time in conjunction with nutrition.
So, so you're already, even though, you know, strength may be that kind of niche, you're already broadening this conversation out to talk about really lifestyle. Right. And lifestyle changes for health.
Right. Health is not one-dimensional, so you can't focus on one thing. When you talk about wanting to change your body, really it even starts with your mentality. Why do you want to change your body? You know, is it because you want to be smaller? Is it because you really want respect? You want confidence? What would you get from being smaller or from having a smaller waist or having a bigger butt, whatever it may be that you're looking for? And that, again, it goes back to you have to know your why. And that's education, understanding yourself, understanding what you should be doing for your body, and then in addition to that, knowing what you should be eating. Because it doesn't matter how much you're working out if you're not eating correctly.
You're a psychologist, not just a sports trainer.
Honestly, you know, as an athletic trainer, I had to take several psychology classes. And a lot of it really plays back into, you know, where is this person's mindset at? You can't change them without understanding that first and helping them to understand why they are this way, why they've created these habits to start with, and what they need to do in order to create that change that's long-term instead of yo-yoing back and forth.
So you really work with people one-on-one to figure out what they need, what motivates them, what'll keep them coming back.
Yeah, so our programs, they're more individualized. So even though we have group sessions, again, education is so important. So when you come in for a consultation, I spend an hour with you. Not everyone is a good fit for my program, and I understand it. So I'll even turn people away. But if you are ready for change, then we sit down, we talk about what your goals really are. So like I said, we go back to what is your real why? So I know if I can actually help you or not, or do you need to start with a psychologist? Are you ready to come in here and make these changes and to understand, you know, you have to spend money on eating healthier foods, or you have to devote this time here and you can't watch Netflix. So I really, myself and my staff members, we get to know you first and place you in the best program for you.
That is amazing.
But that's why they get such good results. You know, it's not like CrossFit where you just walk in and everyone's doing the same workout.
And everyone's already kind of fit to start with a lot of times at CrossFit. They're, you know, it's the second level sometimes.
And even if they're not, they're still doing the same things. And that's why there's so many injuries in CrossFit.
Oh, wow. So your plan then includes nutrition. It includes which exercise programs are best or which.
Yeah, so our classes are all structured, so they're led by a trainer, whether they're small group or one-on-one. Everything is written out, everything is very individualized. If we have a larger class, we'll have 2 trainers in there to make sure everyone gets that individual attention, and then everyone gets a nutrition plan. So we had a registered dietitian come in and create different plans. Not everyone eats the same thing. So we have a pescatarian plan, we have a vegan plan, but you come in and we have something written out for you, so we take the guesswork out of it. That's where a lot of people fail. They don't know what to do. You come in, we tell you what to eat, we tell you what exercise to do, we make it easy for you so you can't fail.
And then how do you keep me coming back? What brings me back? What if I get to my short-term goal, which, you know, I'm going to a wedding this summer or whatever?
And that's why it goes back to that why. So in that initial consultation, you know, do you want to just look good for this wedding? Or is it really you want to feel confident all summer, you want to be confident in your body long term? So yes, you may hit that weight goal, but because we focus so much on strength training and different goals, once they get to that point, they're like, well, forget that. I'm trying to lift heavy things, or I want to be able to do this. We set fitness goals as well, so it's not just a weight goal. We don't even focus on weight, really. It's about how strong can you get, how good can you feel, what connections can you create to make you a better version of yourself.
So really, that's the goal, to be a healthier, better version of yourself. And
yes,
we started in the beginning talking about strength, but that's also important for especially women and especially older women, you know, people my age. It helps stave off osteoporosis. I mean, that is a huge thing that can really diminish quality of life for women as they age.
Right, and even if you think about, you know, as you age, that posture. So you see some women, you know, as they age, they bend over, they bend over. You see some women who are walking in that position.
They're shrinking,
So when you strengthen those muscles, when you strengthen your bones, you're able to support your body structure. So even long-term thinking about being able to maintain your independence, it's so important to be able to control your body. You don't want to be the person, you know, in the home that everyone has to help you with everything. You want to be able to maintain your independence and enjoy your life in the old age.
So wow, you have so much knowledge and so much enthusiasm. How did you get to the point where, I'm going to guess at your age, but a pretty darn young age, you are running your own business and you've already outgrown one location and moved into a second?
So how did I get here?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So I've always been an athlete. Health has always been important to me, but I didn't always understand what were the best things to do for my body. So if I wasn't blessed to be a Division I athlete, I wouldn't have had access to a nutritionist. I wouldn't have access to good strength coaches. And when I look like on Facebook and I see my friends from high school and so many of them are overweight, so many of them have health problems, and I realize, you know, I'm blessed to know this, but most people don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think people who are more your age, more women and girls grow up in sports than did, you know, my age. But not everybody still. And
but even that, it's not enough. I played sports all through high school, but I didn't learn anything about nutrition until I got to college. And even that was only because I developed my own issue. I was anemic and my energy was really low, and I had to meet with the doctor and the nutritionist to figure out what the issue was. And from there, you know, she told me I wasn't eating enough, and I had never heard that in my life. No one ever tells you to eat more. They were telling me I need to have more protein, and I'd never heard that before. So again, I was thinking, wow, like if I would have known this from the beginning, that was my junior year. What if I'd been eating this way my freshman year?
Your junior year in college.
Right.
Okay.
How much better would my performance have been?
And you were running track for who at this point?
Boston University. I was a thrower, so I threw hammer, weight, and discus.
Oh, you do need a lot of strength and protein for that.
But I didn't know that. But even that summer, you know, I changed my diet, did the things they told me. My performance, it got so much better. I got so much stronger, and I had the best year of my life that year. So what if I had known that going into it?
Yeah.
What if someone was educating me?
How much stronger would you have been by then?
Right. How much further would I have gone in my career at that point if I had known that? And again, I was blessed to have those resources to have learned it eventually, but so many other people don't have that opportunity. So many people don't go to college. And again, if you don't have a reason to, if you're not taking a nutrition course, you're still not really getting that.
So at some point then, you graduated from Boston, you got your master's from Virginia Tech. Yep. You come down here, you're working a regular job for someone else, and that only lasted like a year?
Yeah, about a year. I had my daughter not long after grad school, and so, you know, I was going to work and I realized, you know, why am I spending time doing something I don't love when I could be with my daughter? So I resolved that I wanted to have my own business. I want to be able to have my daughter with me, And so that's when I started doing personal training on the side, and it took off quickly. And so from there, things just kind of grew. I secured a space, and everything took off.
So you had a smaller space on Queensway, and you was that more one-on-one, not the classes, the exercise
It was
classes?
both. We had to keep the classes smaller.
I would think. That's a fairly small space.
And I did have more one-on-one clients in the beginning, but realizing how quickly my clientele was growing, I had to stop doing so many one-on-ones and do more of the small group sessions so I could take more people on. I had such a demand for women and even men at that point. So in order to get more people in and to affect a greater population, I had to change my structure a little bit.
So now you're located, tell people where it is.
85 Lincoln Street in the shopping center next to the post office and Family Dollar.
Right. I forgot what I was going to ask. So was it hard to start your own business? I mean, maybe someone who is you have to be very determined and very confident and very disciplined to be an athlete in the first place, much less to get your master's. So does that, opening your own business, did that come just sort of naturally to you, or was it tough? I think it's a huge leap for most people.
So I consider myself to be kind of naive. I feel like I can do anything that I want. So once I set my mind to it, I resolve I'm going to do it, I'm going to figure out how to do it. So one thing, I actually didn't do a lot of research on it. I signed up, I got my license, and I looked into those things. I didn't write my business plan until a year in. But I think if I would have focused on those things in the beginning, it would have been too overwhelming.
Yes, exactly.
So I did the legal things I needed to do, got my space set up, and then I went for it. And along the way, I developed a more strategic plan. But if I would have focused on all the little things, I would have let it overwhelm me, and I knew what my goal was, so I went after it.
That's very impressive. Very exciting.
Thank you.
So what tips do you have for other people who are maybe thinking about opening their own business?
Be prepared for long nights and know what your why is. If you're not passionate about what you do, it's easy to wake up any day and say, I'm done with this. It's much easier to work for somebody else and to be on a set schedule and know
safe.
when your paycheck is coming in.
Yep.
But if you love what you do, then nothing else matters. The days where it's hard, where you might not have the money in your bank account that day, when you don't know when you can get your next client, that stuff will scare you if you don't love what you do and are really passionate and really want to put in that work. So know your why before you take any kind of leap.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. So what is your why? You've mentioned a couple of things, but what is it, that kind of is that essence for you?
So going back to what I was saying with, my friends not knowing anything about health, I realized that there's a great need for someone to be teaching the community about health. And when you look at the statistics, especially in the African American community, there's not a lot of representation in health. There's not a lot of people who look like me who are actually out here educating people. There's a lot of misinformation out there, especially with social media. And a lot of these people are preying on the miseducation of Black women. You see waist trainers, you see these tummy teas, you see all of these instant gratification products that don't work for you, long term or at all. And so when I see these things, it angers me. And I want to help to dispel a lot of those myths and to really help more people understand that health can be simple. There's a lot of things out there that can turn you off of it. You see all the fancy workouts and the people using all this different equipment, and really it can be so simple if someone would just teach you the right way and to not have you dependent on them. Some trainers want you to be dependent on them, so they don't explain to you why you're doing this. They don't explain to you what you should be eating. They don't really educate you. They get you hooked on them because they want your money. My goal is for every client to come in here and by the time they finish their program, to feel like they don't need us anymore, but to provide such an exceptional experience that they want to come back. But I want them to be educated. I want them to leave there and be able to have a greater impact. I want my impact to spread through the world, and it starts one person at a time.
That's what it's like when you started talking about why you were doing it, it had to do with your daughter, it had to do with your lifestyle, it had to do with fitting in, but the more you talk, I can tell your why is helping people.
Yes.
Helping people be who they want to be, or be healthy or lead.
Right, and to find that balance. Again, some people are afraid of health, they're afraid of fitness. They think that it's so complicated, but because there's so much out there. And
especially women, I think
right.
We really are. It's a hard thing to think about all that. Yeah.
So I want to make it simple for them, and for them to break stereotypes, to break generational health issues, and to be able to pass it on to their kids, and to really end this this increase of all these health issues we're having right now when they're all preventable.
It is true, especially in Hampton Roads as a whole, not just the city of Hampton, but you know, our obesity rates are high, our asthma rates are high, which doesn't always improve with fitness, but it can.
Right.
What else was I going to? Oh, diabetes. I mean, there's
chronic
a lot.
heart disease.
Yeah,
strokes,
and then that leads to stroke and all those other things. So it's hugely important. Now, we're going to break, and I'm going to leave because I'm not fit. But you, and you brought some folks who were going to show us some of the routines or classes or styles.
Yep, some simple
that
exercises you can even do at home.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. It's lovely to meet you. Good luck.
You also. Thank you.
And stay tuned, and maybe you can follow along or learn some stuff right here.
Hi, I'm Susan Ottey, the owner of Better Body 757, a gym located in downtown Hampton, and this is my team. So this is Tyrell Wilson. He's one of our trainers in charge of the men's program, and this is Jenny Jones, one of our assistant trainers as well. Today I'm going to take you through a quick routine you can actually do at home. So first I want to point at the band around my knees. It's a simple band you can get from anywhere, Target, Walmart, any place like that. There's different strengths you can get them. And the point of this band is to help you to activate more muscles. So the first exercise we're going to do is actually just simple squats. A lot of people don't do them correctly, so I'm going to have Jenny come to the front and actually show you for a proper squat. Turn sideways for me. Go ahead and squat down. You want to make sure that your weight stays back over your glutes and your hamstrings. Come back up. So a lot of times people have issues when they start doing their squats, and it's because they come with their weight too far forward. So show me one with your weight forward where your knees go over your toes. So in this position, her knees are too far forward. So we want to make sure when we're doing these that we're keeping upright, keeping our back over our heels. Go ahead and stand up. So in this quick routine, we're going to do squats, a squat hold, and then some side steps. We're going to do them for about 20 to 30 seconds and go through it 2 times for you. Are you guys ready? Yes. So we're starting with our squats. We're going to do about 20 seconds of squats and go. You want to make sure your knees push out against the band. Squat down past parallel each time. Keep your body upright, keep your eyes up. We're going to go about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to hold at the bottom. So in 3, 2, 1, hold here. And the point of this is to keep an isometric hold. So keeping our weight back over our butt and our hamstrings, making sure we're not going too far forward, so our knees should be protected. We're going to hold for 10 more seconds. And we're going to go into side steps in 3, 2, 1. Step to your right, left. So this adds a cardio component into it. So not only are we doing strength training, but including a cardio component, so you get more bang for your buck. We're going to switch back to squats in 3, 2, 1. Again, make sure you get low. Push out against the band. 10 more seconds here. We're going to go into our hold in 3, 2, 1. Hold now. Make sure you stay low, knees out. Side steps in 3, 2, 1. Step right. Stay low, push out against the band. And 3, 2, 1, stop. Now we're going to take the band and transition it up to our elbows. So again, this band is to provide some resistance. So as you come down, we're going to push your elbows out against the band. I'll have Tyrell demonstrate. So you want to make sure your back stays flat, butt stays low. Go ahead and go down. Back up. Keep going. We're going to do 3 more, and then you're going to hold at the bottom. We're going to hold for 20 seconds. Keeping your body tight. Make sure there's no arch in your back. 3, 2, 1. Jenny is going to demonstrate an ab exercise for us.
Okay.
You can put the band around your legs. She's going to do flutter kicks on her back. Turn sideways.
Okay.
So the main issue many people have is that they get back pain when they do core work. And it's because they're not properly activated. So you want your back to be flat on the ground. Lift your legs about 6 inches off the ground, and you're going to push out against the band.
Outward.
Flutter. So as people get tired, their back tends to arch. We want to make sure our rib cage stays down and our back stays nice and flat the whole time. And this helps to activate those lower abdomen muscles that most people miss, and strengthening those helps prevent back pain. All right, let's keep your feet together and go up and down. So now we're adding more range of motion. And notice how her back is still staying flat, her lower abdomen is engaged, and I bet you're feeling a good burn down there.
Absolutely.
Do 2 more for me. Awesome. You can sit up.
All done?
Yes, ma'am. Right. So those are a few simple exercises you can do at home. These bands, again, you can get them anywhere. These are simple exercises, but they're very effective. So you got upper body, lower body, and core, all things you need. Try them out at home. Let us know how you do.